If you have any questions or anything about home education in the UK, just drop a message down below. In the meantime, what I'll share on is this. One thing about us, we've been home educating now for 6+ years now. We've been in this for quite some time. And so we've got a lot of insight regarding home education. So this is why, like, if you guys have any questions about anything to do with home educating, then let us know. Just before we start, actually, can you guys see my whole screen, or is it just the snippet, just the vertical view? Let me know, because I'm looking at two different views there. I'm looking at a vertical view. I'm looking at a wide view as well. Just let me know real quick, because like I said, this is the first time we're doing a live stream like this anyway on Instagram. So let me know. It's weird because I just saw the whole view just a moment ago, but let's just. Oh, okay. When you come out, then come back in, you get the whole wide view. Okay, cool. So you should be able to see me and Gigi. Okay. I'll give you guys a brief background about what we do home educational wise. And then if you have any questions whatsoever about home education, just let us know. And once again, thank you for your patience, man. We had some technical difficulties. So we wanted to go live on the Uwah family page, but we didn't realize you needed 1,000 subscribers on that page. So yeah, it was all hyped up to go live on there, but yeah, we didn't have that. So that's why we had to transition over to this page right here. We've been home educating now for over 6 years. Part of the reason we decided to do it is because we wanted to have our hands-on approach with our boys learning. We realized that the school system, look, if you guys are all for the school system, that's great. And this is not like a live stream or a video to discourage you from taking, if you take your child to public school. That's all good if you do that, but we wanted a more hands-on approach, because the direction we wanted to send our boys is different to what the schools want to send you in. We want to develop them in a way that they become business-minded and entrepreneurs and owners, you know. But we obviously know with the school system, it's not necessarily like that. And at the same time, if your children are struggling in a certain area, or let's just say not necessarily struggling, but one's a bit more of a creative and one's a bit more of a sporty one, you know, a school can't home in on those individual areas. And at the same time, they have to focus on 20 to 30 different pupils at once. And so it's always hard to focus on one child. And so for us, we said, hey, you know what? We're going to have a hands-on approach. And to be honest, it was Glenis's idea actually first. You know, I was all about sending them to school because I went to a public school. And I turned out okay. You know, I was like, okay, yeah, you see what I'm saying? But Glenis was heavily on it, and she actually put her case forward. And I was like, you know what, this sounds good. Since then, like I said, it's been 6 years. We've had a more hands-on approach. And at the same time, some of the things that they were bringing into schools and forcing our children, kids, to learn an age that they're not ready for, we weren't happy with. And so it goes against what we believe. It goes against all of that stuff. You know, we're not going to force our kids to say certain things or to accept, in a sense, certain things. You know, we're not going to do that. And look, guys, this is our first time doing a live stream on this Instagram together. Okay, and we might do this more depending on, you know, the kind of feedback we get. So hit the like button, guys. Let's not forget to hit the like button, okay? Because I don't really know how the live stream algorithm works, but maybe if you hit the like button, it might be shared to people. And at the same time, hit the share button. I believe there might be a share button somewhere around here too. And just for those who are joining in, Glenis is going to be joining us very soon. But look, baby started crying, and so baby needs to be fed. You guys know that's my daughter. We take that seriously. You understand? We take all our kids seriously. But like I was saying, just we have a more hands-on approach. We weren't going to allow our kids to fall back in areas that they're strong in. Like, for example, Isaiah's a creative. This guy wants to build apps, build games, and he's 8 years old. And so because of that, we're teaching the boys how to code, stuff to do with computing. And at the same time, my other son, Josiah, he's quite sporty, he's quite energetic. Look, he needs to keep on moving. If you tell him to do push-ups, he's doing 100. If you tell him to do burpees, he can do 100. If you tell him to do all kinds of stuff, he can do the most. And so we know with him, we can't just sit down and just keep still all the time. We need to get active or find ways to be creative. And like, for example, the other day, we had the boys were doing a presentation on Black History Month, on an important black figure that they've seen and they admire. Josiah, you guys know him as energetic. And I love the presentation. I love both their presentations, but Josiah, energetic. You know, he was out there and you could really see his characteristics coming through. So yeah, so that was amazing. That was amazing just to see that. So yeah, there's a number of reasons. There's a number of reasons why we chose to homeschool. But like I said, we've been doing it for 6 years now. 6 years strong. with home education, some people want to know how to get involved in home education. People call it home ed. Some people call it home elective learning. People in the US call it homeschooling, but technically this stream is technically for those in the UK. So when it comes to home education, some people want to know how to get involved, or some people are just interested. And I don't know whether you guys are interested or you guys are currently doing it, you guys are planning on doing it. There's two ways to get involved in home education. The first way, it's very simple to do. As a parent, you don't know this, but the first option for education for your child is home education. I'm pretty sure you didn't know that. I'm pretty sure you didn't know that. Do you know why? Because it's not spoken about, it's not talked about at all. Gigi's come to join us, okay? So hit the like button for Gigi, my wife, my babes, okay? She come to join us right now. Ecclesia might wake up just so you guys know, but she come to join us. Sweet. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know where wait, before we continue about how to get involved in home education, can you see my wife? This is, we're right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you see my wife? Just let me know if you can see her. If you can't see her, let me know, because like, there's a vertical view. There's that view there, yeah, and there's this view here. I don't know which one the people are seeing right now. So basically, we're just talking about how to get involved in home education. Let's do it like this. Can I see you more? I just want to get your face in there as well. Let me see. One sec. Better. Okay, let's do it like that for now, yeah?
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, I was just basically saying that when it comes to home education, there's two ways to get involved, and it depends on what your child is currently doing now. So first off, when your child is born, when they start their school years, the government automatically thinks that your child is being home educated. So the very first option for your child is home education.
Mhm.
So when we were growing up, we didn't know about this. We thought, all kids go into a public school, but then that's not the case, because the very first option for your child is home education, home ed. The second option for your child is public school or private school, whatever you want to do. So that's the second option. So automatically, your child is deemed as home educated from the get-go until you opt into a public school. So I don't know whether you guys knew that. If you did know that, let me know in the comments. Let's engage. Let's engage. Let me hear what you guys are saying. But let us know as well. Are you actually interested in home educating your kids? Like, who's actually interested in home education? That's what I want to know. Are you actually interested in home education? Or have you thought about home education before? Is that where you're leaning towards?
Or if you know someone that's home educating or is
Mm.
interested in home educated,
Yeah.
it would be interesting to know what are some of the things you've heard, about home education as
Yeah.
well. Have you ever heard about home education before?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know that is
An option.
an option.
Let us know what you've heard about home education. Like, what have you heard about how anything you've heard about it? Let us know, because we can,
whether it's positive
or negative,
or negative,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive, negative, it is what it is. We're gonna be able to answer your questions as well. And yeah, we'll answer all the questions, man. All the questions. We're not holding nothing back. So like I was saying, home education, there's two ways to get in. So the first way is automatically, that means you've not put them into public school at all, and this would potentially might change in a new bill. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with the new bill, but it might potentially change. We might talk just very briefly on that too. And then the second way, this is the way that I believe the majority of people are going to get involved in home education. So I haven't heard much, just been something to do.
Something she wanted to
Oh,
do.
she wanted to do from years ago. Okay. Cool. Okay, yeah. So you made that decision from early. Yeah. So the second way is, if your child is in school already, in a public school, private school, whatever it is, what you need to do is you need to deregister your child, okay, by sending the school a letter saying you're going to be taking your child out of school from this date. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Because right now, anyone can home educate their child. I believe if your child has any kind of special needs, you're going to have to alert the council and let the council know, your local council, because it's different for if your child has if your child has special needs. Yeah. So you have to alert the council, and they have to get involved, because you can't just withdraw that child, because they're going to need extra help that you might not be able to give them. Support. Yeah. A child without special needs or learning difficulties, like I said, you just need to write that letter. Once you've written that letter, on that date, you just take them out of school, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing happens. I have heard of some schools pushing back, but they can't do anything because the law's in your favor. Another topic might be when it comes to resources and curriculum. Where do you get these? Like, that's some of the questions we get all the time. How do you know what to teach a child? Do you have to know that subject yourself to teach that child. For example, like history, I did so bad at history. Listen, shall I tell you the grade? I ain't want to tell you the grade. I don't even want to tell you the grade.
Wow.
But then, so imagine someone doing really bad at history, but then you're teaching your child history. You see what I'm saying? I'm not teaching no history, by the way. Just let you know. When it comes to resources and things like that, do you want to touch on that when it comes to resources?
Yeah, resources. There are plenty of resources online. I mean, as you know, like we're in a day and age where everything is so accessible now, via your mobile phone, your smart tablets, all your gadgets basically. So yeah, everything is basically accessible, online. The resources are there. Even the national curriculum is online, for all the countries in the UK. So there's a national curriculum that is for England. There's one for Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. It's all there online. You just have to type it in on Google, really. And the Department for Education provides the national curriculum online as well if you want to go by the curriculum. So obviously you know that there are compulsory subjects that children have to learn, which is obviously maths, English, science, and then the rest really is up to you when you're home educating. You can teach your kids topics or subjects that you see that they enjoy and thrive in, or that they would be good at. It's not they don't have to study 10, 12 subjects. Just do the top 3 and whatever else, basically. And just to touch on the notion of homeschooling versus home educating. So homeschooling is actually where your child is still registered at the school, but they're learning from home. So you're still in contact with the school, and obviously you have like a special relationship with the school, where that your child doesn't actually have to attend the school per se, but they're still getting work from the school and making sure that the work is being done. Whereas home education, you're fully in charge of everything. There's no school involved. So you, as the parent or carer, guardian, you're fully in charge of the that child's learning, basically.
Yeah. And just to add to that as well, when it comes to the terms homeschooling and home education, in the US they use the word homeschooling, and in the UK we use the word home education. So and then just another thing regarding just resources, there's plenty of free resources, but one resource that we like to use a lot is National Oak Academy. So if you've ever been stuck thinking, where on earth can I get these resources from, or where am I going to get the stuff to teach my child? So, there's multiple sites, but one that we highly recommend quite a few.
Oak National.
Oak National, oaknational.com, isn't it? Oaknational.com.
It's Oak National, but the website is the national.
Oh, the national.com, yeah. And then you can literally search for any subject, any lesson, anything that you want, and it's completely for free. You get video tutorial presentations, you get the presentation slides, you get the quizzes, you get all of that stuff, the worksheets as well. And so literally you can I'm not saying just use one resource, but you can just literally use that one site to go ahead and homeschool your child, full stop. Obviously, you like to add to what you're doing, you want to take from different resources. If you guys have any questions about just home education, full stop, just let us know, because we'll be more than happy to share on that. Let you guys know what the real deal is, because there's a lot of myths. Some of the myths are, do you have to be religious to homeschool? And the answer is no, anyone can homeschool. What about your kids' social thing?
That's a big one.
That was a big one for me in the beginning.
The socializing side of it. I think that's why quite a few, many parents would not home educate, because of they feel as if like the child would be they won't have or thrive in the social setting if they're home educated. But that actually isn't the case. That actually isn't the case, because there are things that you can do so that your child is still on interacting with other kids. Play groups, play sessions, play dates, go to the park. They've got activities that they can do. So whatever that they're really good at, there are activity clubs out there. Even summer clubs, summer camps are really good ones that that your child or the child can go to interact with other children. So home educating doesn't mean that, oh, that there will be a disadvantage socially. That actually isn't the case at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get our boys into different clubs. So jiu-jitsu classes, kickboxing classes, football classes. They
Yeah.
also go to our
Yeah.
children's ministry in our church as
And
well.
they got tons of cousins.
Yeah, they got loads of cousins
They
as
got-
well. So
they got
they're always
tons.
engaging with
Yeah.
other people as well.
Mhm.
And so yeah, socially the boys are good.
Yeah.
And then one other thing as well when it comes to like exams and stuff like that, when you home educate your child, they don't have to take no exams.
Mhm.
They don't have to take exams.
Mhm.
Or you can opt to, as in you can choose to, personally, and do it privately, but they don't have to take no exam. And so there is no such thing as GCSEs. There is no such thing as any of those things, basically, because there's no exams to be taken, and it's perfectly fine. And one thing about that is, so people might say, oh, so how are you going to get into this job or that? So first off, they do accept children who have been home educated, but at the same time, we're not teaching our children how to be employees. We're not teaching our kids to work for somebody else. We work for ourselves. And all our children know is that we've always worked for ourselves. The other day, one of our kids said, why does so-and-so always leave their house in the morning? I said, because they have to go to work. Because they're home educated and they've never seen us go to work before, out the home, it was strange to them that, oh wait, so people go outside to work? People go outside into an office? In other words, what I'm trying to say is we're trying to show them, and it doesn't have to necessarily be going to an office, but we're trying to show them that you have to be business minded, because we've done both and we've experienced both and we've seen what really happens when it comes to finances. So like I was saying, we're not teaching our kids how to be employees. If you're an employee, that's all good. There's no shame. If that's your field and you love it, enjoy, and we're all for it. But for us, we've seen the other side. So whatever our kids are passionate about, we're gonna go ahead and push. So like I said before, one of my sons is very passionate about creating an app, and so we're currently in that scene, helping him to get this over the line, get this done. We're teaching them how to become employers, business owners. We pray for them to be the ones that they hire other people. One of the things about home education, it's hard to track what your kids are doing. We have four children. Thank God. Okay, we have 4 children. Yeah, we were gonna go for 5, but we said let's calm down. Let's allow it for now. So we have 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids. How are you gonna home educate 4 kids? G does the majority of the home education. How is this going to be done? It's going to be hard to manage and track each child. It's going to be a lot harder to do, especially with more than one child. And not only just tracking the children, but for example, tracking the parent, tracking the person educating themselves. How do you know how many hours they've put into this? How do you know how much time they've put into this? How do you know how many lessons you've done? Unless you're there and you got a file and you're like literally labeling
updating.
updating and labeling your different files like lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on and so forth. How do you know where you're at? How do you know you've done a certain lesson before? How do you know these things? That was a really big thing. Being able to track what you do is a very, very big thing when it comes to home educating. And if you can't do it, then yes, you might struggle. And another thing as well when it comes to home educating is, for you guys that don't know about this, but once you've taken your child out of school to home educate, the school alerts the council. They let the council know that so-and-so, your child, has deregistered from their school. And so now the council are involved. And now what tends to happen is after the council will get in touch with you, ask you a couple of questions via an email or via a letter. After you've gone through all of that stuff at the beginning, then there's the council, they would want to, I don't believe it's by force, but they would want to have a meeting with you once a year to know what is going on, or once a year to know what is going on, okay? And so with regards to that then, when they have that meeting with you, they want to know what you're teaching, or they want to know what you've taught and how it's going. And they want to know, they want to know all these different things, how your child is doing when it comes to home education. How is your child doing? Are they performing well? Are they doing well? Are they doing good? I'm talking about the council, and the council just trying to get some insight into your home education. That's once a year. And so what happens, or what's potentially going to be happening now in the next bill, it's not passed through Parliament yet. It's not gone through all the stages, but basically the council wants to get more, the government wants to get more involved in home education and the children who are being home educated. They want to know what the environment's like, whether it's a safe environment to home educate your child. And if they deem it not safe, then they're going to be stepping in. They want to be more hands-on. So, for example, they want a more of a like reporting system. I don't know how often it's going to be. Like I said, it's not been passed through Parliament now, but they want some kind of reporting system so they know what you're teaching your children and they know what's going on. And so if you're thinking about it, doing a report on your child and what they've done in that academic year, imagine how daunting that could be. It could take a couple of hours, it could take some time. Yeah, like just imagine having to put all those, it's not necessarily a file together, but having to go through what your child has learned so far, then conveying that to the council is going to be tough for you to do. This is why, part of the reason why we've been working on something in the background, guys. This is a big secret that we've been holding. We wanted to make sure we get over the line first before we go ahead and announce it to everybody, announce it to the world. We developed an app that is currently right now on the Apple App Store. This app will be able to track everything that you do when it comes to home education. It will track how many lessons you've done, how many hours you've put in. You can track multiple kids at the same time. It literally tracks everything that you do as a home educator. And with regards to the whole reporting system as well, you can click one button to get a whole report on every single one of your children. Is absolutely amazing. It's going to change the whole UK home education scene. Right now, it's only for those in the UK. And right now, only for those who have Apple devices. In the near future, currently right now, I'm working on pushing it to the Android right now as well. But yeah, this app is going to change the way you do things. Like I said, you can get reports for your kids with the click of one button. And you can track everything that you do. It's so important to be able to track what you do as home educators. She's probably putting about how many hours? You probably put in like, I don't know, it's like 60,000 hours, 50, whatever, how many hours she's put in, okay? There's tons of hours she's put in. The app right now is on the Apple App Store. It's called the Smart Home Education Manager. So we're going to post a little bit more about it as well. And we might do a live stream on how to navigate the app as well. But it's called the Smart Home Education Manager. It's launched today. If you guys want the link, you can either drop me a direct message and I will send you over the link. Or you can just type in Smart Home Education Manager and you should be able to see it. Or just type in home education and you should be able to see it too. Any questions about anything we've spoken about today regarding home education, anything about the app, the Smart Home Education Manager app, let us know. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Yeah, we're just excited. This is amazing. If we had this from the beginning,
boy, it would have been easy for me.
Yeah, you're able to literally teach your child from the app as well. You can link all your resources, everything. You're able to grade your children. You're able to upload their work. Listen, there's so much you can do with the app. It's absolutely amazing. It's called the Smart Home Education Manager. Go ahead and check it out and leave a review. And this is just version 1. Version 1 is fully fitted with everything that you need to home educate your kids successfully. Everything that you need. Version 2 is going to be an absolute vibe. So we're going to talk about version 2 a bit later on. The time is now. The time is now. If you've ever been thinking about it, the time is now. And look, come next year, if that bill passes through Parliament, it's going to be a lot more challenging to go ahead and home educate your kids. Just believe in yourself. You can do it. And if you have any questions, let us know. Also, we have a Discord community that we're basically starting from today. So if there's any questions, anything that you need, let us know. Join the Discord community. I'll send a link. I'll put a link for that in our bio as well.
Yeah, so if you do decide to homeschool, don't panic. Relax and take it, one step at a time, one day at a time. The resources are, they are out there, and there are tons of communities out there as well. You just need to know where to look. And the beauty of it is with homeschooling, home educating communities, there's one in basically all over the UK. I'm in quite a few. The thing about it as well, when you're in a community like that, you stay informed and you see the same things that other parents go through or are experiencing as well. So you know that, it's not just me, and they are on there sharing their ideas, their experiences and advice, as well. So from my experience, when you do decide to do it, or if you know someone who is doing it, just continue to be encouraged, or encourage
Yeah.
them to stay consistent.
Mm.
You might, yes, you have a few days where you might fall off, but you just get
Yeah,
back
it
on
is what it
again.
is. Yeah, yeah, you jump straight
You
back on.
get back
Yeah.
on again.
Home education is different for everybody. Some people do 3 hours a day. Some people do 2 hours a day. Some people do 4 hours a day. Some people teach 2 lessons a day. Some people teach 5 lessons a day.
Yeah.
4 lessons a day.
Yeah.
It's completely different for every single person. So
Yeah.
if you ever feel like you're not doing good enough, doing well enough, just know that it's different for everybody. You know, it's different for everybody. And when you're always gonna start one way, you might want to increase it, but it depends on you as the parent,
as well as the child. You
Yeah,
go
for
at
sure.
you go at the pace at how your child is learning, because you know you're not following like the school system per se, where you know they've got to tick off what you know the child is learning. You can't revisit it. If your child needs to go over something
Yeah.
10-20 times, do it. You know, just go at the pace at what they're learning, and make it, because you know you're trying to make their learning fun and relatable, you know, so that they get it, that they understand it as well,
Yeah.
and obviously to their attention span
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we kept you long enough. If you have any other questions about home education, just let us know. Drop a direct message, a DM into my DMs. You can drop a DM into the Uwah family DMs. We do plan to share more. We share a lot of our home education stuff, or more of our home education stuff, on the Uwah family page. So go ahead and join that page on Instagram. Whilst you're there, you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Uwah family too. We upload like fun content, sometimes home educational content, and different challenges as well. So yeah, we like to have fun.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We like to have fun. So just a mix of all of that. So like I said, drop a DM if you have any questions. We're more than happy to help. And yeah, man, we'll catch you guys in the next live stream. All right. So everyone, God bless, take care, and have a blessed weekend.